So why is it that we either need to talk about sexual harassment and hostile work environment, and why is it that we actually are talking about it, right? And so one of the things that we know is that systems are great. And for example, I was teaching a class the other day, and I said that communism is a great system, and the students kind of, were shocked by that statement. I said, well, socialism is also a great system, and capitalism is a great system, and a representative democracy is a great system. These are all great systems on paper. But when you add human beings to that mix, those great ideas, those big thoughts become flawed because the people in those systems are flawed. And so why do we need to talk about sexual harassment in the workplace, in a hostile work environment? It is because it is full of people. And as long as there are people with varying and different ideas, there will be the illusion of conflict, and people will behave in ways that sometimes they believe are counterproductive to reaching their goals and allowing other people to reach theirs as well. So sexual harassment. So first of all, there are two things to remember about sexual harassment and a hostile work environment. First of all, we need to understand that when we create a hostile work environment where sexual harassment happens, where racist or gender bias or religious bias is in that environment, it actually decreases human potential. And so it causes human beings to not give their very best. And so as we talk about these things, it's important that we want to make sure that in our work environment that we create an environment where people can live up to their potential. And sexist statements, sexist behavior, bigoted statements, bigoted behavior, these email jokes that oftentimes come in and out of our email boxes cause that human potential to be stifled. And so the first reason we need to talk about sexual harassment and the hostile environment that creates is because it decreases that human potential, and we want to increase that. The second reason that we need to or that we desire or we're compelled to have this conversation is because it is also against the law. And so in 1968, the Civil Rights Act was signed, which became the platform that did two things. One, it ended segregation, and secondly, it defined discrimination. And so when we talk about these things, it's not just because it's a good thing to do, just because it decreases human potential, but we also don't have sexual harassment in our workplaces because it is against the law. And so we'll get a chance to talk about those laws as well as its impact on human potential. And so as we go through this course, I want you to think about those two things. What of my behavior or the environment that I'm in could be A, against the law, and B, could be stifling human potential.